Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday on the show, we were lamenting about the fact that the CBN Governor or the President hadn't come out to speak to Nigerians specifically to reiterate the Supreme Court's judgment that the old 500 and 1,000 Naira notes can continue to be legal tenders. But barely 24 hours later, they are happy to hear the news. Mariam, please tell me what you read and what exactly you heard. Let me start it.
Let me just tell you, I was just sitting on my own quietly. Then I now heard the president say, me? Told them to disobey court order. It can never be me. I was in shock. I was like, who are we talking about? He said, Emefiele and that Malami, I don't have their problem. Court order, if they tell you to obey court order, if you don't obey it on your own, then now reminded me of I am for no one, I'm for whatever.
Everybody.
Uncle CBN now said, what is your name? Abdul Mumin. No, you better write that letter. Can you see what they did to us? You see how Peter has denied us 3 times? Better write that letter. Well, no day. That's what has happened.
Exactly how it happened. So now,
is it Peter that denied now? It's Jesus that denied.
Jesus that denied Peter.
Jesus that denied Peter. But see, but I'm happy that confusion was thrown in the camp of the enemy. You know, confusion. God just through confusion, fighting each other, for the going of the people. God just scattered the ground. And now, by God's grace and mercy, we now have our testimony. Say hallelujah!
Hallelujah! So some part of me was of the opinion, when I was hearing Mariam, I'm like, yesterday I said, let's call out the commander-in-chief. Yes. And we called out the commander-in-chief on the show. Absolutely. And as we said it on the show, the next thing the president said, me, I'm not involved. I was not participating in this transaction. And that for me made me feel like, okay, we mustn't lose hope in our voice being heard. Absolutely. The Nigerian people can continue to speak out. It might seem like it's taking too long, but our voices will be heard if we don't relent and we don't give up.
It's important for me to read the press release, actually, from, I thought I had it here, from the CBN. I think it says that Emefiele, oh no, I'm looking for that. Once I get it, I'll read it. For those of you that haven't seen it, but in a nutshell, please, you can take okay, I think it's on the screen for you. So for those of you who are not sure, you can even take a screenshot from TV, show your tomato seller, onion seller, read it to them that please do. Continue to accept this money. I tried yesterday. I wanted to test it out yesterday. They didn't accept it. Especially I wanted to buy plantain. The woman said no. That where she's going to buy from, they won't collect it. So please let this thing spread out. Let's begin to tell people to take this, begin to take the old notes. What are your thoughts on this? The fact that, at least for me, I like to see the good in everything. I mean, as much as we can like to gloat here, but the real thing is what Tokwe just said. Our voices can't be heard. Yeah. And people were complaining, that you talked about Somolu earlier, about during the break, where people were complaining, oh, this is, but you said that you are impressed that, yes, it's going out. When people speak, people need to come out and speak. So in this cash issue, BC, what are your thoughts on the fact that we spoke, and I'm happy that the president has heard?
We spoke for 10 days, though.
Yeah.
We spoke for 10 days, yeah.
We spoke, and the consistency in the speaking was also what I want to applaud, because when something is pinching you and you're serious about it, just keep hammering it. The people that would hear over time. And even if they don't hear at the end of the day, it will be written there that the Nigerian people spoke and spoke and spoke, and yet the government refused to listen to their cries and listen to their plea. But we also want, when we elect you, don't give us stress of over-speaking. We have our businesses to attend to. We have our mouths to feed. We have innovations to think of. In 2023, we are still harassing our leadership about using our money, using our cash, when we should be in the laboratories researching for new innovations that will boost our economy and boost our country.
Oh, what's over speaking there? I don't understand.
No. I said, do not stress us for you to do what you're supposed to do. So when you put out a policy as a leader, test the pulse of the people. Is this working? Can we adjust it? And quickly do it. I don't need to be chasing you with cane now.
Since January,
you have been elected there or appointed there. Yes. You are paid to do the job. So do the job well. It's like you coming to flog me to read newspaper when I know I'm going to be on the show. Exactly. And I'm paid for the job. So don't stress us. We like the fact that our voices are being heard right now. But please, for going forward, do not stress us. Do the needful. Amen. And also, this also shows me that all man for himself. When the chiefs are down,
everybody answer my name.
Everybody will answer their father's name.
I just want.
So when you are putting a policy, make sure you agree with the policy with
that
your full
defend
chest.
it.
You can defend it so that tomorrow, Tokwe says, I did not send you. I'll say, after all, I did it.
You see, let me read this.
stand by it.
Let me read the press release. It's important for us to read it because those of you that are still doubting. So we have a press release signed by Issa Abdul Mumin.
Yep.
He's the acting director, corporate communications, and it's dated March 13th. That was yesterday's data.
Yeah, 13, yeah.
So in compliance with the established tradition of obedience to court orders. I love that first sentence. We know they disobey. You know, obedience to court orders and sustenance of the rule of law that characterize the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. You mentioned his guy's name. So that you won't say that, you do well. So, and by extension, the operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria, his own organization, as a regulator, deposit money banks and Accordingly, the CBN met with the Bankers Committee and has directed the old 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira banknotes remain legal tender alongside the redesigned banknotes till December 31st, 2023. Consequently, all concerned are directed to confirm accordingly.
Simple. That was what we're waiting for. See your boss. Your boss say I'm not a micromanager. He say I'm for nobody, no one is for me. You should have known that this is the sort of person that I work for. And meaning that throughout this policy, when a lot of people in the beginning were calling Emefiele, I said, why will you be calling Emefiele when Emefiele has a boss? I just did not get it. But now boss said, this is how we have always worked. Emefiele do what Emefiele feels is right for the country and for the economy. And Emefiele, fly. And now, your wings needed to be clipped,
exactly.
and it was. And I'm happy that we got here finally. I know that we're talking about use your voice, speak, because we had different stakeholders we had called on the show. We're saying, like, we're in a limbo. What do we do next? What should Nigerians do next? We're calling everybody. We called God. We called the National Assembly, The governors now started taking matters into their hands and warning people to take this. We didn't need to get there.
At all.
But I think this is also a strong message to anyone coming forward. See, our rule of law is important in our country.
Yes, so.
Our presidency rule of law is more important than any relationship or any office. And so that is what I would like for us to take going forward. And as you said, BC, you must be willing. That's why I always say that sometimes when people say, oh, my boss or something, if you don't agree with what your boss has said, you can resign. Yeah. It's just an office. And that shows your integrity. And you just never know what is down the line for you. Someone with the same kind of integrity would want you on board. Someone that needs someone who is unwilling to compromise on values. You will get you on board. Nigerians will see you exactly for who you are. But to just be meandering under... Well, I'm happy how it ended.
Can we add something?
Let me just say something.
Okay,
yes, because both of you raised a very important point. I've always said on the show that the job of a leader is to see ahead. It's not the people to be clamoring and showing you how hard this is making our lives. Your job is to see ahead and say, my people deserve better than this suffering. But we had a set of leaders that waited until things became very critical. Businesses died down. Businesses died. People were starving, people were sick. I'm people have died because they couldn't get cash. So you didn't need to wait until it got that bad before you. Can
I give an example of that one? Because if I give that, they'll say I am endorsing or I am clinical. The president-elect, on the first day, they put out the monetary policy. Although he acknowledged the importance, but he said he could foresee that this is going to be hard for Nigerians, that they should reverse it. He said it and everybody's concerned, no, it's because you want to win an election, it's you they're trying to come. They criticize him, but he had seen it ahead. It was weeks after that people started complaining of the hardship. Like other candidates now said, people are even suffering. Now they're now tweeting, saying, please, put down the policy, people are suffering. He had seen it
before.
That's a visionary. You don't see him. So that's what leaders do. See, from start to finish.
And a few governors did, and they quickly declared no.
Yes.
So it's important you speak your mind.
What's a clog in our wheels? They don't burn most of the money.
No, but the CBN
wait, calm down now, sister. Don't be in a hurry. This is Nigeria. They don't burn most of the money. the money where we go, they expect now, maybe I'll break it down in pidgin so that we understand it. It's just for a few people who still have the old notes, maybe all those merchants and business people who were not able to go to CBN that still have. So those are the trickles of money that will be circulating. And there will still be queues in the banks because CBN is not printing new money, at least for now. So the hardship we're talking about, it's not
totally over.
Totally over. We will still have to go through that phase. What I will want the CBN to do is to chart a way forward. Please, if you need to start printing new money, please print new money.
Cost money.
Yes, it will cost money, but then you plan to print before now. Abi, you did not plan to print at all. Then the systems, the USSD codes, our transactions, they need to start working on it to expand the bandwidth. So that those people who can do their transactions will still do it seamlessly. It reduces the queue in the banks. If I know that I necessarily don't need, like now, I'm not bothered about cash so much because I can do transactions. So please, all the work that needs to be done, you need to, don't give us let and go and sit down. No. There are now work they start. CBN Governor, please fire down and make it easy for us.
Let's go to a break because I'd like to hear from Nigerians. It's nice to open our phone lines for the next few minutes just to hear Nigerians react to this announcement we've all been waiting for. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still on Your View, and we'd like to, when we have this kind of conversations, we'd like to invite our callers. Please call us on the numbers on your screen, 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948, and you can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag Your View TVC so we can read your tweet. So we're just simply talking and celebrating the fact that it has been announced that we can go back to using our old notes at least until December 31st.
So I have a tweet. Dolani Roberts says, no matter how good the intention of the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, was, I think he meant posterity will never forget him for not considering the pain the people would face with the Naira redesign policy. He also mentioned, how much will federal government pay the poor masses that have been buying Naira? Many even die for the evil planned. And what will be the punishment for our president or the CBN governor?
Okay, do you realize, I think it's the young girl, the NYSC girl that died yesterday in the accident? The young NYSC girl that died in the accident in Lagos State when the bus crossed the train track was because she didn't have money. She took the staff bus because she didn't have money because of this cash problem.
She probably, if she had cash,
she had cash. I've told you,
normal public transport.
But the point is that there are so many evil things that happened as a result of this thing that Emefiele and his cohorts put us through.
People were buying.
Then in other same countries, somebody must hold somebody responsible.
Yes, so.
But today, press release has come, as business said, now there's a press release, go back to normal. Everybody move on. And that's when Nigerians are complaining. Because that's why when Supreme Court says something, we don't respect it because we don't see the courts or somebody taking someone like this to court. So somebody must pay for this.
Yeah, so now that the president has removed the presidency and the president removed themselves from this quagmire that they put us inside. I would expect that as a leader who wants to take responsibility, heads should roll. Somebody should be made to take the fall. If your hand is not inside originally like you claim.
Let me pause you for a second because this guy's been holding. I'll come back to you.
All right.
Kunle from Ibadan, you're live. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. I really love this, your programs, ma'am.
Thank you,
Volume.
Thank you. Volume, please.
Please, ma'am. I want you to do, I want this, your program, ma'am, to do Nigeria a favor, ma'am. And I want you to take note of this thing I wanted to say, ma'am. Please, ma'am. This country, Nigeria, if that Azo Villa should remain the seat of power in this country, where the policies of government will be determined on the issue of this country, believe you me, ma'am, go and write it down. Nigeria is not going anywhere. There is no any development for this country. If that place should remain, ma'am, let me give you an insight, ma'am. Since when Babangida moved to the Abuja as federal capital of this country, it's either when they enter there honorably, they always come out disgracefully. It's either they come out disgracefully or deadly. Go and check. Go and do research on that, my statement this morning, man. I'm telling you.
All right,
please, man,
He's believing he's pushing a conspiracy that there's something about the Aso Villa and people come there probably with good intention, but they go out, and that if all the policies from Nigeria is coming from that place, it might not go well.
Okay, there's a message that Mr. Bayo Ononuga, that's the Director of Media and Publicity for the APC Campaign Council, has disclosed that the Governor of the Central Bank, CBN Godwin Emefiele, will be remembered for his role in inflicting hardship and pain on Nigerians.
Definitely.
How do you leave an office with that kind of
And we remember
memory?
Soludo. Morayo, see the way we remember Soludo.
Yes, Governor
Yes, the current governor
Yes.
Soludo, we remembered him
Yes.
for what the policies he made as the
As
CBN governor.
Yes.
And that was what he used when he was campaigning. And people were like, oh, we remember you. You were a good CBN governor. Your policies made life easy for us. And he had that as a reason to contest and do politics. I know that the governor, Godwin Emefiele of CBN, has political agenda. He was very clear about it. But right now, he has that political plan.
Hopefully.
Well, this is Nigeria.
We cannot forget. We will not forget. Emefele's name is entrenched in our hearts.
I hear you.
I said something for, I think I have a call, but let me just let you. Mr. Saka, are you there? Mr. Saka, you're there, you're live.
Yes, you ladies, we are very, very grateful to you. Allah will reward you.
Amen.
Allah will reward you. Allah will, we are proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
You are so persistent on this matter as you used to be in all the other matter.
Yes.
You are correct that we should move forward, but in order to move forward, we have to bend backward. So as to learn what are the lessons? See, Emefiele should that sentence, who is deceiving who? Mr. President, with due respect to him, say he has no hand in it. But people have been dying for the past 2-3 weeks, and he said he does not know. He does not know. He does not need to give them instruction. That is number one. If Emefiele, you can see the fact, it's not even a simple apology. It's not even a simple apology to Nigerians. Why? But all the same, we thank you, like you said, this is just the beginning. I wish you have gone round again, the bank this morning, the crowd is still as it is.
Thank you, Mr. Saka. Do you think Emefiele should apologize to Nigerians?
That was
right. Do you
what
think
I was
he
coming
should?
to say. It just came to me before he dropped this, that aside from just writing the statement, press statement, and releasing it and going back as usual, he should apologize to Nigerians. The president should apologize to Nigerians. That tells me that we're taking responsibility. So we didn't plan that this was going to go down the way it went down. And I'm sorry for the silence so far because we're still trying to see the best possible angles. Nigerians, I'm really sorry. These and these are some of the things we're going to do going forward so that this sort of thing does not happen. That is true leadership. So don't just, like the way our parents raised us, they beat us and then you're frowning. I better stand up and go and do your chores. And then they move on, and they've moved on. But now we're learning that in true leadership, you must show that empathy, that closure. You must instill or find a way to regain the trust of the people. Absolutely. Also the trust of the Naira. Because right now, someone like me, if I go to the bank and I see old note, I will turn back. I've lost trust in the old notes. You need to help us regain that trust back, at least till the 31st of December. It will not be easy for everybody. There are still women in the market where you enter, they're like, this money that they force us, no, don't bring it to me. We need to regain that, and you have a lot of job on your table to do in terms of regaining. The bank staffs and their MDs and everything need a reorientation as well. Most of them are not aware of most of these policies. You go to the bank, they say, we've not heard, we've not seen. So now I'll be going with my phone to be showing you, the president has said this, so Uncle, look at this and all of that. So they need a lot of retraining to do.
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I'm calling from Satellite. Yeah, thank you so much to you ladies. I think I want to disagree with Sister BC there that those old Naira notes have been burnt. No. If it has been burnt, Central Bank will have used that to defend themselves. And they can't just burn the whole trillions of old notes just within 2 weeks like that. They still have it. You just want to punish Nigeria with that. And I think after President Buhari's government, United Nations, you need to give we that remain certificate of survivor. Because this government is a very terrible one. Let's just put it that way. We thank you, ladies. We thank God that we at least were able to end this problem. Nigerians can go to market now and do whatever they want to do with their money.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. And God bless.
I would like to respond to what BC said about not trusting the Naira. That's true. There are lots of people now who would find it difficult to still accept that. So as much as it will be the CBN's job and the bank's job to make sure that, you know, that trust is regained and we'll realize that this is now legal tender. And I think for all of us to, let's make it a personal thing, that we would talk about it and promote it as the legal tender. A lot of people listen to us, you know, and everything. Let's use the money, let's spend the money. It's our money, it's our Naira. We worked hard for it, and it's legal tender, just so that now the issue will not be Nigerians causing more problems for Nigerians. And so they have done their worst, now we're here. Let's make lives better and easier for everyone.
And to add to that, before I go on a break, a suggestion I'd like to make to the CBN governor, because since you already instructed your guys to be carrying video up and down, to be banks implicating the bank managers that they weren't holding the new Naira notes at that time, use the same camera to record yourself buying bolly or buying something on the road and take a picture of that and put it on social media. So you are spending the old Naira note and you're showing Nigerians that it's still a legal tender. Let them know, guys, they already announced it, there's precedent out there, and then they spend and put it in different languages, in Hausa, in Yoruba, different languages. People know, when they see that video, it goes viral, then we will get the message and we're good to go. Just going to break. When we come back, on to our next. Okay, I think I have a call. Engineer Ibrahim, you can speak. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, go ahead,
good morning,
please, sir.
everyone.
Let me let you come in.
Morning.
As regards the Naira design policy, I would like the CBN governor to please come out, make a broadcast to Nigerians to tell us, to apologize, first of all. And secondly, I would like him to speed up the printing of new Naira notes. This old note is just a palliative, Yeah. Just like, okay, we'll make yourself happy till in December. Print the new money out. Let it go out. That's what I feel that should be taken to the Supreme Court. What is delaying them in printing the new notes? Yeah. He took my money, he took our money gradually up to the tune of 3 trillion, and you printed, less than 1 trillion. So it's not going to go around. Then, as per the cashless policy, we need to speed up our mobile apps, educate people. Okay. Maybe from primary school.
Thank you very much, Engineer Ibrahim.
I just say something. We've already spoken about getting the trust back into the Naira. I think it's also important that we should get the trust back into the banks, because Nigerians have been traumatized by the banking system, where you put in your money and you can't withdraw your money back. So now, when people get cash, I don't want to pay my money back into the bank, because what it means is, if I pay my money into the bank, I will not be able to get back the amount. There's still a cashless policy. There's still a limit to how much I can withdraw. So I would rather keep my cash. That hasn't changed. So if I have money now, I want to keep my money. I don't want to go to the bank. I don't want to join the queue. I don't want the bank to tell me that they cannot give me more than 20,000 naira per day or more than 100,000 naira per week. And that still happens.
That can increase crime, because we don't know you have cash in the house and then it causes robbery.
There's still a ripple effect of that. We haven't dealt with that part.
CBN needs to be updating these things.
Yeah.
We haven't dealt with that.
Who sent it to our platform where robbers went into a house with POS?
No, yeah, I heard that.
I was just saying concerning this apology that we're more likely to say a book written by Emefiele under the bus than get an apology. That is more likely to happen.
And also, we forgot the fact that many banks got damaged. Who's going to pay for that?
Yes.
Emefiele, who's going to pay for those damages? There's a ripple effect.
That's his legacy, unfortunately.
That's your legacy, I guess. That's all we can take on this. I mean, I'm happy for Nigerians. December 31st, you can use the old Naira notes. And please, let's spread the news so everybody can at least go back to normal. Everything can go back to normal. Let's go on a break. When we come back, take our next topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. Before we move on to our next topic, it's important we can take a few comments. I got one which I thought was important. From Otumba Karim says that Emefiele and his collaborators should know that they cannot escape the wrath of God for the pain and anguish unjustly meted on Nigerians. He said, I went to a bank one day and I saw a man who should be in his 70s sitting pitifully in the sun. I accosted him and he told me he needed just 1,500 naira to get glucophage. Tears rolled down from my eyes because it was so painful. He just wanted to buy his drugs. How many of his age has passed on? Nigeria will know peace when our leaders factor God in their actions and reactions. Same thing a lot of people have said.
Festus Akimbo Yewa says the CBN governor should not only apologize, he should tender his resignation letter today, because those who have died due to his Naira confiscation will never come back. Toby King says, after killing innocent souls, putting pregnant women in starvation, school students at home with your evil policy, you wake up one morning to say we should start using the old notes. What has the CBN governor achieved so far for this Naira redesign? God bless you, ladies. The Paladin also says, sorry, in just 1 month, Emefiele managed to inflict a permanent and unforgettable dent on President Buhari's legacy. Only when the president publicly sanctions Emefiele will any sane Nigerian believe that he is in on it or not in on it.
So Wahab Odushola says, is the president that's supposed to tender apology to Nigerians, not the CBN governor. He was only acting according to instruction. Dame Ebika says he should just resign before May 29th to save the shame of his sack letter. Fiona says, this Buhari showed us Shegesha, 3 good months, business tied down.
Let me take this call on this, I guess. Good morning, are you there? Let me just...
Yeah, I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think not even a Emefiele alone fail us. The number one people that fail us in this country is our National Assembly. The station where we have a National Assembly just like the Robert Farm. You know why? Well, because since that time that the Supreme Court give that judgment, and then Emefiele is doing what he's doing. And now this morning you are ready to us and Mr. President saying that I'm a hand no detail. What stop National Assembly? So we concern them beginning the impeachment process. Because I didn't think they did that as at that time. Mr. President will quickly come and say, come on, my hand no detail. Now, Emefiele is not come out telling us that we should spend that money now. Morayo, he is not the guy that already died. All because they are looking for money. Because they have the SPC. But they don't have cash and then they are gone. Who brought them back? And then this is a lesson for some National Assembly. They should be able to review our laws, but not to allow those 2 persons to decide how our Naira is going to be redesigned. If the 2 persons between Mr. President and the Emefiele can just make up this one again, we are not more spending cash again.
Yacob, it's difficult to hear. It's not very clear.
We
have to run off here.
Chris Nwaneri says it's really sad and painful that such an unfortunate policy was introduced in the first place. It shows a total disconnect with the people and another example of profound leadership failure that has plagued Nigeria from inception. What a country, what a disaster. Kunle Aze says CBN governor shouldn't be allowed to go scot-free. He needs to pay for what he did.